Ek- Hello, good morning, all of you. I'm Dr. Bhagwan Bulchandani, and today we are going to start the very first chapter of class 12th, that is reproduction in organisms. So, see, reproduction, before starting with actual reproduction, we shall have to make ourselves familiar with certain terminologies, what reproduction is itself, uh, what are various types of reproduction. So, before going to the reproduction, let us first define what lifespan is. See, lifespan is a term that is used to denote the period or duration from birth to death. So, an organism takes birth, right? He grows to adult and later he reproduces and then he dies. So, if we say there are three stages in the life of any organism, one is birth, second is growth, and the third is death. Birth, growth, and death. And the duration between birth and death is known as lifespan. So here you are able to see several organisms and types of plants in which lifespan is different. You know, an elephant lives for 70 to 80 years. So the lifespan of an elephant is 70 years. A parrot, they say it lives for 140 years, average age they are speaking about. If we talk about a rose plant, it survives for 8 to 10 years. A tortoise, see, tortoise is one of the long living animal and its life may last, his lifespan maybe from 200 to 300 years. Similarly, all of you must have seen a banyan tree, है ना? बरगद का पेड़ आप सबने देखा होगा. तो उस बरगद के पेड़ की जो एज होती है, कैन यू इमेजिन, कई बार ये सेंचुरीज में भी हो सकती है, और 300-400 ईयर्स तक बरगद का पेड़ सरवाइव करता है. एंड हम देखेंगे इसमें क्या होता है, इसमें सपोर्ट देने के लिए ब्रांचेस में नोट्स से कुछ रूट्स निकलती हैं जिन्हें हम प्रॉप रूट्स कहते हैं. दीज वी शैल बी सीइंग इन द later chapters, बाद के chapters में हम देखेंगे. और you must have heard in earlier classes about prop roots. These roots are for support. Now, after lifespan, see, when organism completes its growth, it attains puberty, it becomes mature. और एक mature animal या प्लांट के केस में कहें तो एक वेजिटेटिव ग्रोथ कंप्लीट कर चुका प्लांट, इट अंडरगोस द प्रोसेस ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन. तो रिप्रोडक्शन क्या है? इन द कमिंग स्लाइड वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट रिप्रोडक्शन. रिप्रोडक्शन इज अ प्रोसेस by which the key term is continuity of life. Continuity of life is maintained. Generations after generations. See, in any generation, a baby takes birth, it completes its growth, becomes mature, and then then it undergoes the process of reproduction, and after producing progeny it dies, जिसको हम कहते हैं डेथ. तो ये हमारा लाइफ स्पेन होता है बर्थ से लेके डेथ तक का. एंड द मेन प्रोसेस ऑफ, or the main, I would say main purpose of reproduction is to maintain the continuity, generations after generations. Now reproduction is another definition. It is a process by which organisms produce offsprings similar to them. See, the word is similar. There are two words, similar and identical. Similar होता है लगभग समान. Human beings के जो offsprings होंगे, they'll be like human beings, but they won't be identical. उनकी कार्बन कॉपी नहीं होंगे. So we are similar to our parents. Our parents are similar to our grandparents, but we are not identical because there are variations between us and our parents and our grandparents. So it's a process by which organisms produce offsprings similar to them, and I must write, but not identical. Right? Now, once you have understood reproduction, we'll see there are two types of reproduction. Basically, there are two types of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction and another is sexual reproduction. So the basic difference that you must know at this point of time, asexual reproduction is one in which only one parent takes part. We'll see this asexual reproduction in greater depth in coming slides. And opposite to asexual reproduction, the sexual reproduction. This is a reproduction in which parents, or I should say two parents of opposite sex take part. So asexual reproduction, only one parent is taking part. Sexual reproduction in which two parents of opposite sex, they contribute gametes. You know that males provide sperms and females, they contribute egg, right? And so if two parents are taking part, it's sexual reproduction. और अगर एक ही parent part ले रहा है तो वो क्या है? वो asexual reproduction. So this is the basic difference. Of course, there are few other differences as well that we'll be talking. Now, let us start the asexual reproduction first, then we'll see sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, what I have told you is only one parent takes part. So when one parent is taking part, it's asexual reproduction, and therefore there are no variations in progeny and siblings. Therefore, a term has been coined, that is progeny of asexual reproduction. Progeny of asexual reproduction is called clone. Right? Progeny of asexual reproduction is called clone. And the question comes, why? Because the siblings, जो से भाई बहन पैदा होते हैं या जो पेरेंट से प्रोजेनी पैदा होती है, दैट इज structurally and what? Morphologically and the most important term, genetically similar. So on one hand, we are saying only one parent is taking part. So all the progenies that are produced are exactly similar to that parent. And if more than two or if more than one progeny is there, एक से ज्यादा उनके अगर बच्चे होते हैं, ऑफस्प्रिंग्स होते हैं, तो वो सब आपस में भी क्या होते हैं? सिमिलर होते हैं, एग्जैक्ट कॉपी होते हैं. तो उन्हीं को अपन क्या कहते हैं? क्लोन्स. इन मॉडर्न डेज हम लोग जब क्लोन की बात करते हैं तो हमारे माइंड में क्या आता है? और क्लोन, किसी एनिमल का क्लोन, उस एनिमल की एकदम फोटोकॉपी कोई एनिमल बना देना, किसी पर्सन, ह्यूमन बीइंग, उसकी क्या करना? एक फोटोकॉपी बना देना, तो वो भी क्लोन होता है. तो क्लोन होता क्या है? क्लोन इज व्हाट? एग्जैक्ट कॉपी फ्रॉम सेम ओरिजिन. राइट? तो हम क्लोन को आगे क्लासेस में और डिटेल में देखेंगे, लेकिन यहां आपके माइंड में ये दो चीजें क्लियर होनी चाहिए. एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन वेयर ओनली अ सिंगल पेरेंट इज टेकिंग पार्ट. सेकेंडली, the progenies obtained out of asexual reproduction are called clones, and why they are called clones I have written here. Right? Now there could be several methods of asexual reproduction. Let me summarize first, then we'll discuss each one of them. So these are all the methods that we are going to see in coming slides, but before that let me write methods of asexual reproduction. So number one, the very first method is binary division. Achha, one more thing that you must know, asexual reproduction is present not in higher animals. I should write here, asexual reproduction is present in Monera, that is kingdom 1 as per Whittaker's 5 kingdom concept. Kingdom 2, that is Protista. These are all lower organisms. It is present in kingdom 3, that is fungi, and lower plants and lower animals. What I mean by lower plants means primitive plants. Primitive plants. And what I mean by lower animals is primitive animals. So if I talk about primitive animals, it would be Porifera. See, the very first phylum in the animal kingdom is Porifera, followed by Coelenterata. And if I talk about primitive plants, it is Algae, the most primitive plant, followed by Bryophytes. So in lower plants, lower animals, and these three kingdoms, that is Monera, Protista, and fungi, asexual reproduction is present. Of course, they reproduce by sexual means as well. But in higher plants and in higher animals, there is no asexual reproduction, or it's seen rarely. हम ह्यूमन बींग्स की बात करें तो इनमें तो केवल सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन होता है. ह्यूमन बींग्स आर सपोज टू बी ऑन द हाईएस्ट लेडर ऑफ एवोल्यूशन. हाईएस्ट लेडर ऑफ एवोल्यूशन, सबसे ऊपर हैं. तो क्या उनमें मैमल्स, तो क्या उनमें एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन होता है? द आंसर इज स्ट्रिक्ट नो. राइट? तो आपको याद रखना चाहिए कि एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन होता है मोनेरा, प्रोटिस्टा, fungi, lower plants, that is primitive plants, algae, bryophytes, and primitive animals like porifera, coelenterata. Yes. Now, we are talking about methods of asexual reproduction. The very first method is binary division. Binary division, right? Number two is budding, right? Binary division and budding. Number three, spores, or I should say asexual spores. See, asexual spores may be of two kinds. Let me summarize it here. One is zoospore, another is conidia. Right. So, see, budding, binary division, zoospores, conidia. One very important structure, that is gemmules. Gemmules. So let us see one by one. What is binary division? See, binary itself means, binary means two. Binary here means what? Two. See, this, here we find the example amoeba. Amoeba belongs to which kingdom? You already know. It is Protista. Amoeba is there in what? Protista. Now, amoeba, the mother amoeba cell. See, it is passing through a phase of division. Of course, it is which division? Mitotic division. And as a result of mitotic division, see, this is, I would say, this is mother cell. A mother cell is divided into what? Two daughter cells. So the division itself is acting as a method of what? Reproduction. Cell is dividing, and because of division, because the cell itself is unicellular, a cell now becomes two daughter cells. So this is what? This is a method of asexual reproduction called binary division. Now let me write examples here in front of you. Binary division is present in bacteria. Binary division is present in what? Protista like amoeba, paramecium, right? Acha, if we look at bacteria, see how bacteria divides. Let me draw it here for you. This is a rod-shaped bacterium. See, it is undergoing what? A division. And what is happening? Its genetic material has replicated. So this is a transition state where the DNA has already replicated, right? And there is an invagination coming from the periphery, followed by what? Division of what? A single bacterial cell into what? Two daughter cells. Two daughter cells, right? A mother cell. So in bacteria, this is bacteria, and if we talk about single bacterium, see, this is single bacterium. It is dividing into what? Two daughter cells. Now here, see, in mitotic division, in binary division, because a mother cell is dividing into two daughter cells, a mother cell is dividing into two daughter cells, the term has been coined as binary division. Now, how come it's different from budding? Budding is there in yeast. If anybody is aware of yeast, it is unicellular fungus that produces alcohol for us. It's used in bread industry, bakery. we call it baker's yeast. It is used in alcohol industry, we call brewer's yeast. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the scientific name. So what happens in budding? See, the picture is very clear. Here, this is a mother cell. This is a mother cell. This mother cell has, the nucleus of this mother cell has divided into two parts. This is one nucleus, this is another nucleus. And there is what? Cytoplasmic division. Here you find cytoplasmic division is equal in binary division, but in case of budding, the cytoplasmic division is unequal. Of course, the nucleus has divided. One copy of the nucleus has come to this daughter cell, but the division of cytoplasm is unequal. So I am writing unequal what? Cytoplasmic division. So as a result, what happens? A bud is formed. This is bud, right? Later this bud detaches itself from the mother cell and gives rise to a what? New yeast cell that becomes mature, and again it undergoes what? Budding. So the basic difference between binary division and budding is what? It is in binary division, cytoplasmic division is equal. So I must write here equal what? Cytoplasmic division. But here we have unequal cytoplasmic division. Right? Now, see, another method that I have written over here is spore method. And which types of spores? Asexual spores. One is zoospore, another is conidia. So the thing that needs to be remembered, zoospore is a motile asexual spore. On the other hand, conidia is non-motile asexual spore. The another difference between zoospore and conidia, zoospore is produced endogenously, means it would be produced inside a structure, but conidia are produced exogenously. So these are the two differences, two basic differences on which questions are asked. Zoospore is motile asexual spore, whereas conidium, singular is conidium, is non-motile asexual spore. Zoospore is produced inside sporangium. Because it is being produced inside, it is called endogenous production. Conidia are produced exogenously. See, this is zoospore. See, this is a zoosporangium. The zoosporangium. On this, inside this zoosporangium, zoospores are produced endogenously. Whereas conidia, they are produced exogenously on what? Structures called conidiophore. So this is conidiophore, and these spores that are produced are what? Conidia. These are produced exogenously. Right? When these zoospores or when these conidia, they separate from their parent cell, parent organism, what would they do? They would produce a new organism. Now, examples are very important. Here you have seen asexual reproduction in zoospores of Chlamydomonas. So Chlamydomonas is what? It's an algae. So zoospores are produced in algae. Zoospores are produced in what? Example is algae. Algae is what? Is the first division of plant kingdom. So it is what I said earlier. It's there in lower plants. Fungi, that produces by conidia. So example of conidia is fungi. Fungi produces conidia. Now, two specific characters are here. One is, see, this is budding, this is hydra. So budding is there in yeast, budding is also there in hydra. So what happens? A bud, a bud originates at the base of hydra, right? This remains attached for some period of time. Later this bud, what? Detaches itself from the parent plant and gives rise to what? It gives rise to yet another plant. Now this is what? This is gemule. The third, sorry, it's fourth one, gemmules. Now example for gemmules is sponges that are present in what? Porifera. Euspongium. Porifera is the primitive most, what? Primitive most animal. In animal kingdom, the very first phylum is Porifera. So again, lower animals, they reproduce by what? Asexual method, and the example is gemmules. So what are gemmules? See, these small round structures are gemmules. This is a sponge, right? This is a sponge, Euspongilla, right? This is ostium, you must have heard about. So a mother sponge organism, it produces several gemmules inside its body. Once these gemmules release from the parent's body, they would produce what? A new organism. So this is what we have discussed. Because in all these types of reproduction, only a single parent, see, only a single parent, right, is taking part. We are calling it asexual reproduction. See, in coming class, we will discuss about vegetative reproduction, right? We will discuss about vegetative reproduction, in which we shall be dealing with what? Buds, we shall be dealing about bulb, we shall be dealing about adventitious buds, right? We will be talking about subaerial modification of stems that help in reproduction. So that's all for now. Thank you.